Okay, what is that? Why did you place this chessboard, Mark? So, can I ask Mark to remove the
What?
class? Okay, so again, good afternoon or good evening once again. Good to see you. I missed you for I do not know how many times was I not able to teach you. I guess it started last May 22 when my daughter was hospitalized, and then just today, which is June 12, I will have to teach you again. I have two daughters, right? Tanya and Ciara. Tanya was hospitalized last May 22. When we are being discharged after a week, unfortunately, Tiara was also able to get sick. But good thing is she was not hospitalized, but she is actually sick, and I am taking care of her in our home in this house. So that is why I cannot leave her alone, and I was not able um, to teach. It's all because um, she has high fever. She is actually coughing. She has dry cough, by the way. It is one of the symptoms of pneumonia. So please be careful. If it is very hot outside, do not forget to go inside your houses. Have your electric fan turned on, as well as your air conditioner if you have some. In my house, I do not have air conditioner. That is why we only have the electric fan. And please make sure that your back is not wet, because sometimes when we perspire, the water from the what do we call, when we perspire, there is our back is wet. Okay, do not forget to leave it unattended. As much as possible, wipe your wipe the wetness from your back, and then maybe you should change your t-shirt, right? So that you will be fresh and you will not get colds. Okay, so Mark, I will ask you once again to please remove what you have shared, because I'm going to share our lesson for today.
Wait, am I sharing the screen?
Yes.
What? Since
I,
when?
I do not know what happened. Why you are you are actually the
I am
one.
not screening apparently. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
even I didn't see his
Hi, hello,
screen.
Alfonso.
Hey, hello.
How are you?
Even I cannot see his screen.
You cannot see his screen. I do not know who.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we will have to start. I will have to share screen, okay? So
Why
that
I
our
don't get it what my screen does. I'm not presentationing.
I'm sorry, Mark.
Oh.
Yes, I'm really sorry about that one.
Ah.
Yes, okay. So this is it. This will be our lesson for today. And this is actually grammar. The first slide, the first part
Screenshot
of
it
our
first.
slide is all about finding subjects and verbs, right? Last time we were able to have this.
Simple.
Yes, we were able to have this lesson. We were able to have this lesson last time, but for now,
What are you talking
uh, Sir Harry is
about?
emphasis that we should focus
Yeah,
on grammar. Just
about
actually run down through this lesson when we had a chance last
Mga
time.
pudya.
Okay, so finding subjects and verbs. So note, we will use the standard here of lining subjects once and verbs twice. So if you look at it, I did not place any lines. May it be a single line or a double line, because I will have to ask you to identify whether you can find the subject and the verb inside the sentence. Okay. So first is being able to find the right subject and verb will help you correct. Okay, will help you correct errors of agreement. For example, the list of items are on the desk. The list of items are on the desk. Okay, look at this. So if you look at it, I already wrote the subject, which is, what is the subject? If you can look at the PowerPoint. Can you see the subject from the PowerPoint? What is the subject there? The subject is
List.
list. You can already see it here, right? Very good, Alfonso. I missed you, Alfonso. So if you know, the list is actually the subject. Then we are going to choose is on the, we will going to choose is as the verb. Why did we use is and not are?
Because list is only one.
Very good, because list is only one. How do we make list become plural? How do we make list becomes plural?
List.
List. What, can you spell it down for us?
Lists.
Again. L.
Lists. List.
Very good. So again, for all those who were not able to know what is the plural of list, you are simply going to add s. List now becomes lists. There will be s after letter T. Okay? So look at this. The lesson for now is for us to find the subject and the verb. We are going to find the right subject and the right verb, because it will be a preparation for us to determine the subject-verb agreement, right? I know you know the subject-verb agreement already, but most of you always forget. You tend to forget the lessons that we had. So that is why we have to reteach. We have to made another kind of lesson so that you will understand it more better. Okay? Okay. Being able to identify the subject and verb correctly will also, oops, sorry. What happened to this one? Oh my goodness. This is the
What happened?
this is the result when you were not able to had the lesson for a longest time. Okay, it will also help you with commas and semicolons, as you will see later. Okay, so we are going to identify the subject and the verb, the correct subject and the verb, and then we will also, it will also help us with the commas and the semicolons. Okay. So as it is, I told you last time earlier that we are going to go back again to the said lesson. I know that you know this one, but it is much better that we had to.
Sorry, hindi dia ngomong apa.
Ha? Who is that? Okay, so definition. Who would like to read the definition? Who would like to read the definition? Anyone? Anyone would like to read the definition? Claudie, can I ask Claudie to read the definition?
Definition. A verb is a word that shows action, plans, hits, sights, or states of being, is, are, was, were, and so on.
Thank you very much, Claudie. So again, a verb is a word that shows action. What are those verbs? I remember I actually reteach these lessons last time. So a word that shows action. What are those words that shows action? Run, hit, slide, talk, right? What is sing? Comb. What else? So there, write, read. So these are all words that shows action or state of being. State of being are those helping verb or linking verb. Remember last time? Is, are, was, were, and so on. These are state of being. So what are the examples? He ran around the block. He ran around the block. From the sentence, he ran around the block, what can be our verb? What can be our verb? He ran around the block. Anyone? What can be our verb? Can you identify the verb from the sentence? He ran around the block.
Run.
Run. Very good. You are my friend. You are my friend. What is our verb?
Are.
Are. Very good. Okay. Look at the sentences. Look at the sentences. As you look at the sentences, what do you notice? What do you notice from the sentences? Where can we find the verb? Where can we find the subject? Look at the sentences. Where can we find the verb? Where can we find the subject? Anyone? We already identified the verb, right? But what about the subject? What do you notice about the placement of the subject? Where is the subject?
The first one.
The first one. So
The first one.
Yes, in
The
front
you or
of
he.
the, yes, in front of the verb. So if you look at this, the subject must be before the verb. Can you agree with me? The subject must be before the verb, or the verb is after the subject. Do you agree with that? So for example, if I'm going to ask you, who would like to make a sentence having the subject and the verb inside that sentence? What are you going to do? Who can give me one? You told me that we can identify, or we can find the subject in front of the verb. So will you be able to make a sentence using the same pattern? Using the same pattern. Who can make a sentence using the same pattern? The subject first, followed by the verb. Anyone? Why is Clara lonely? What happened to Clara? Clara is like this. She's like this. She's actually, I do not know. You have a problem, Clara. Okay. Who would like to make an example or to give an example having the same pattern? Anyone?
Me.
Me. Okay. Who is that me? Who is that me? I cannot see. Is it Alfonso?
Mark.
That was Mark.
Ah, Mark. It's Mark. Okay, Mark. Mark, make a sentence using the same pattern.
I'm holding a rocket. I'm holding a rocket launcher.
I am holding a
rocket launcher in World War
Rock and
II.
roll chair. Very good. If you look at Mark's sentence, I will make it short, Mark, okay? I am holding a chair. I am holding a chair. What is the subject from Mark's sentence?
I.
I. How about the verb? How about
There are two verbs.
huh? I am holding a chair. What is the verb?
Yes.
Holding.
Am and holding.
Is it holding?
Holding
I
and
am
am.
holding a chair.
Holding.
Is it holding?
Yes. Holding and am because use I am.
Okay, so actually if you look at it, the verb is only and that verb is actually identified as a verb or verb which is a state of being, right? I is actually the subject while verb is okay. Do you understand it now? I know Mark understands it. I know some of you understands it, but how about the others?
Understand.
Yes,
Understand?
Obviously understand.
You obviously understand. Okay, maybe someone is still do not get it. You who is that? Can you ask you can
So
ask
maybe
me.
another presentation.
Huh? Okay. So I guess all of you understands it, right? If you are going to have a quiz, you will be able, for example, I will have to ask you, okay, you are going to make a sentence. You are going to recite. You are not going to make a sentence with which you will have to have a paper, or you are not going to write it in a paper. Can you be able to do it? Can you be able to do it? Anyone? By the way, I would like to ask some of you. I congratulate Shitya because I can see Shitya. How about the others? I cannot see them. I cannot see their faces. They do not open their cameras. Thank you very much, Shitya. Yes. Okay. Who else? I can only see Shitya Aaron. Aaron also. Hi, Aaron. Are you new? Honey, Catherine, Clara, Tristan, and who is this? Rehana. Okay. So since you understand it, we will have to proceed. Okay, there are rules. Remember last time from the subject verb agreement, we also have rules. So in finding the subject and the verb, you will also have to expect that there will also be rules. Okay, there will also be rules. Okay, what is the rule number 1? What is the rule number 1? Who would like to read the rule number 1? Maybe,
Me.
huh?
Me.
Me. Who is me? Is it Mark again?
Alfonso.
Alfonso. Okay, Alfonso. Alfonso, can you read rule number 1?
Okay. Rule number 1. If a verb follows to, it is called an infinitive phrase. It is not the main verb.
Okay, thank you very much, Alfonso.
You're welcome.
Yes, okay,
Hey,
rule number
I want
1.
to screenshot it.
What, Mark? If a verb follows to, T-O. So there are some sentences with which we can see the word T-O or to. It is called an infinitive phrase and it is not the main verb. Okay, it is not the main verb. If a verb follows to, okay, it is called an infinitive phrase and is not the main verb. So the verb is actually following the word to. Okay, for example, I like to walk. What is that verb with which it is actually being stated from rule number 1? A verb follows to. Is it the word like or is it the word walk? What is that verb? Is it the verb like or is it the verb walk? Again, if a verb follows to, it is called an infinitive phrase and is not the main verb. Why do I kept on asking to identify the verb which follows to, so that you will be able to know what is actually the main verb from the sentence. Okay, anyone would like to answer? What is that verb? There are actually two verbs that you can see from the sentence, right? The verbs like and the verb walk. What is that verb that we are actually talking about with which it is following the word to? What is that? Is it like or walk? Is it like or walk?
Like.
Like. Okay. What do you think is the main verb? Is it the verb like or is it the is it the verb walk?
Like.
Is it like?
Wait.
Okay, again. If a verb follows to, to, the word to, it is called an infinitive phrase and is not the main verb. Therefore, that verb now will not function as a verb, but rather it will be called as an infinitive phrase. So what is that verb? So according to Alfonso, it is the word or it is the verb like. Therefore, if the verb like is the one or it is the verb that follows the word to, then what will be our main verb? What would be our main verb?
Walk.
It is walk. Very good. Because like is now an infinitive phrase. It will not be a verb, but rather it will be an infinitive phrase. Because look at this. Like used to follow the verb, the word to. Therefore, like here, so that you will not get confused, okay? Like here will not function as verb, but rather it will be called an infinitive phrase and walk will be your main verb. Therefore, if you are going to identify or your teacher will ask you, okay, and the verb I will be underlined twice. Maybe you got confused twice the like and walk. You understand?
Yeah.
You understand now? Yeah. So you are going to remember.
Understand.
Yes, you are going to remember in finding the verb. Okay, you are going to remember rule number 1. If you can see the word to, and it is actually being followed by, that verb to is followed by another verb, then that specific verb will not function as a verb, but it will be called as an infinitive phrase. Therefore, okay, the verb will becomes now the one after the word to. Okay, next. You will find the main verb either before or after the infinitive phrase. You will find the main verb either before is the one that follows the infinitive phrase, or after is the one which is at the beginning of the infinitive, or at the last part of the infinitive phrase. For example, the efforts to get her elected succeeded. The efforts to get her elected succeeded. Okay, look at this. What should be our verb here? The efforts to get her elected succeeded. So this can actually be confusing regarding the number 1 example, right? The efforts to get her elected succeeded. So what will be our verb here? Is it efforts or elected?
Efforts.
Efforts, right? The efforts will be our verb or main verb. Okay, next. Definition again. It is all about a subject. So the first one is the verb. Now it will be all about the subject. So a subject is the noun or pronoun that performs the verb. Okay, can you still remember pronoun? Can you still remember the pronoun? What are the examples of pronoun? Anyone? Examples of pronoun. If it is a girl, how do we make a girl becomes pronoun?
She.
Woman.
She, her, right? Very good. So, a boy. How about a boy?
He.
He. How about a group of people?
They.
They. Very good. They. So, example, the woman hurried. So, if you look at the slide, we can easily identify the subject, which is the woman, because woman is the one doing the action. Woman is the one doing the action. So, that is why it is the subject. Okay? Performs the verb or doing the action. Okay? Rule number 2. A subject. So rule number 1 is all about the verb. Rule number 2 is all about the subject. Look at this. Rule number 2 is all about the subject. So rule number 2. A subject will come before a phrase beginning with of. A subject will come before a phrase beginning with of. Okay, look at this. Example, a bouquet of yellow roses will lend color and fragrance to the room. A bouquet of yellow roses will lend color and fragrance to the room. Okay, look at this. There is the word of. Between bouquet and yellow roses, what would be our subject? What would be our subject? Between bouquet and yellow roses, what would be our subject? Anyone? What would be our subject? Between bouquet and yellow roses, what would be our subject?
A bouquet.
Bouquet? Is it bouquet? Wait. A bouquet. Okay, can you read again rule number 2, Alfonso?
Okay. Rule 2. A subject will come before a phrase beginning with of.
Okay. Before a phrase beginning with of. So what would be your subject?
A bouquet.
It is
A bouquet.
bouquet, right? It's a bouquet. Okay, wait. It is actually the bouquet. Very good. So you will read it as bouquet, okay? Bouquet. Silent T. The T now becomes it will sound like Y, bouquet, not bouquet, bouquet, okay? Bouquet. Okay, how about rule number 3? How about rule number 3? To find the subject and verb, always find the verb first. Then ask who or what performed the verb. Okay? The rule number 3 is also the finding the subject. So to find the subject and verb, always find the verb first. Then ask who or what performed the verb. Who or what performed the verb. Okay, look at that. Example, the jet engine passed inspection. Okay, what will be your verb? You can see it on the screen. What is your verb? You can see it on the screen. What is the verb? Anyone? Can you see it from the screen?
Yes.
What is your verb? The jet engine passed inspection. What is your verb?
Has.
Passed. Who or what passed?
The engine.
The engine. So engine is the, what is the engine now? The engine will be your subject. So if you included the word jet as the subject, lightning will not strike you, meaning it's still okay. We will not get struck by the lightning. So we can also use or include, okay, include the jet engine, or instead of engine, you can also use jet engine. Okay, and then technically, jet is an adjective here and is part of what is known as the complete subject. But if you look at it, jet is not a subject, but you can use it as a subject together with the engine, because jet is actually an adjective. It used to describe, okay? It is used to describe, and it is part of what is known as the complete subject. So if I am going to include jet engine, I am actually using the complete subject. But if you will be asked only to find the subject, you can only use engine. But if you are being asked to give the complete subject, you can also include jet engine. Okay? Okay. From the ceiling hang the chandelier. From the ceiling hang the chandelier. So what is our verb? Look at the screen. What is our verb? Hang. So it is actually the chandelier is being hung. Okay. Now what is our subject? What is our subject?
Chandelier.
Chandelier. Very good. It will not be, take note, it will not be ceiling, okay? It will not be ceiling, because if I am going to ask, okay, what is being hung? Do you think the one that is being hung is the ceiling? No, it is not the one, but rather it would be the chandelier, right? It would be the chandelier. Therefore, the correct answer will be chandelier. So you are going to ask first, after identifying the verb, ask who or what is doing the action. Who or what is doing the action. So for example, who or what is the one being hung? So it is the chandelier. So be careful, you might get confused. So what is the best thing to do? The best thing to do is to ask first who or what is doing the action. So since you were able to identify the verb, you are going to ask, what is being hanged? What is being hung? So if you look at this, therefore, the one that is being hung is actually the chandelier and not the ceiling. Okay, before I proceed, do you understand? Am I getting faster or is it just okay? I missed you. By the way, I missed all of you. I am very, what do you call that one? I feel so guilty when I was not able to teach you, because I know that you are actually looking forward. But so I'm really sorry about that one, okay? I hope you forgive me. Okay, so you understand? Do you have some questions? Anyone?
No,
No
miss.
more? Okay, thank you very
No,
much.
miss.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so rule 4. So there are so many rules. Look at this. you should be able to, maybe in your laptop or in your cell phone, you can make a screenshot. In your laptop or in your cell phone, you can make a screenshot so that when the time will come, I will ask you something, then you will have to scroll down or scroll up and go back to our previous lesson, right? Okay, rule 4. Any request or command, remember the imperative sentence, the one that is actually making a request or a command, right? It is not the exclamatory, but it is rather the imperative sentence, which is making a request and a command, such as it is actually stop using the symbol for exclamation point, or walk quickly. These are actually request or command has the understood subject you. So look at this. The subject, when you see a sentence having a request or command such as stop or walk quickly, you are going to have an understood subject, which is actually you. Okay, I actually make it red. So you are going to understood, or you are going to understand, although it was not written or it cannot be found in the sentence, but it would be understood that the subject would be you. Okay? The subject would be you. I will make it, okay, I will make it bigger or capitalized. Because, okay, because if we ask who is to stop or walk quickly, then the answer must be you. The answer must be you. For example, please bring me some coffee. Please bring me some coffee. So if you look at this, you cannot see that there is the subject you, but it is understood that the subject here, which was not written, is actually you. Y-O-U. Okay? Bring is the verb, but who is to do the bringing? So the one that do the bringing of the coffee is you. It would be understood that it should be you. Understand? If you cannot see a subject from the sentence, but then again, you identified the subject which is making a request or a command, then you will understood that the subject will be you. Okay? The subject would be you. Understand? Do you understand? If it is a request or a command. Yes, thank you for those students who are actually taking time to answer my question. Okay? So somebody are still, or someone is still writing. I can see Claudie writing from her notebook. So Claudie, is it okay if I am going to proceed with the slide? Did you were you able to screenshot the slide already?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, thank you very much, Claudie. Okay, next. So rule number 4, after rule number 4 would be rule number 5. What is rule number 5? Rule number 5. Sentences often have more than one subject. Okay? Sentences often have more than one subject, more than one verb, or, okay, more than one subject, more than one verb, or pairs of subjects and verbs. Okay? Sentences often have more than one subject, more than one verb, or pairs of subjects and verbs. Examples: I like cake and he likes ice cream. I like cakes and he likes ice cream. Okay. I like cakes and he likes ice cream. What would be our subject from the first example? What would be our
He and I.
subject? He and I. Very good. What would be our verb? What would be our verb?
Like.
What would be like? Very good. Like. Okay, next. He and I like cake. He and I like cake. What would be your subject?
He and I.
He and I. Very good. What would be our verb?
Like.
Like. Like also, there are two verb, I mean subject he and then I, and then there is only one verb which is like. Okay, next. She lifts weights and jogs daily. She lifts weights and jogs daily. What would be our subject?
She.
She. What would be our verb? There are two verbs. Can you see the verbs? Lift and
Jog.
jogs. Okay? Lift and jogs. Lifts and jogs. So there are two verbs. Those verbs are lifts and jogs, and there is only one subject, which is she. Okay? So if you look at it, so in a sentence, okay, in a sentence, they can have more than one subject or more than one verb, or there are pairs of subjects and verbs. So do not worry if you can see a subject using, for example, you yourself are making a sentence, and then if you are being asked okay, what do you like? What do you like when you go to become an architect and a doctor, something like that? So you can actually use two subject and then a verb, or two verb and then a subject, something like that. Okay? Next. Okay. So we are done with the finding the subject and the verb. So we are now in the subject and agreement. Oh, you know this one, right? I am confident that some of you still remembers this. So this, we are going to continue with the subject and verb agreement. What is the basic rule? The basic rule states that a singular subject takes a singular verb, while a plural subject takes a plural verb. Okay? The basic rule again states that a singular subject takes a verb, while a plural subject takes a plural verb. Okay? If you lessons that we have, how are we going to become singular? How am I going to make my verb become singular? For example, Joanna likes to swim. Joanna likes to swim. Joanna likes to swim. What are we going to use from the sentence? Is it like or likes? How do you make the verb become singular? From the example, who can identify the correct verb? Is it like or likes? By the way, what is Joanna? Is Joanna a singular or a plural subject? What is
Singular.
Joanna? Singular. Okay. So Joanna, since Joanna is a singular subject, how do we make the verb become singular also? So Joanna likes to swim. So what would be our correct verb? Is it like or likes?
Like,
Anyone?
like,
Is it like or likes?
like.
Hala, they forgot. How about Alfonso? Alfonso, can you still remember where our lessons previously, our previous lesson?
Yes.
How are you going to make or to identify the singular verb? Is it like or likes?
Likes.
Come again?
Likes.
With S, without S?
With S.
With S. Okay. So very good. So you are going to make verb becomes plural, singular by adding what? By adding, what are you going to add, Alfonso?
Yes.
What are you going to add to make the verb become singular? Especially
S.
S, right? Especially those verbs that ends with, okay? Those verbs that ends with E. So we are simply going to add S, like, likes, receive, receives, something like that, okay? So to make the verb become singular, we are going to add S or ES. Remember last time? There are rules, so there are also rules that you can encounter here. So note, the trick is in knowing whether the subject is singular or plural. That the next trick is recognizing a singular or plural verb. Okay, so first, you should identify whether the subject is singular or plural. Make it known whether you can identify the subject as singular or plural, and then after which you need to recognize whether you are going to use a singular or plural verb. So if you identify that the subject used is singular, then you are also going to use singular verb. If you identify that the subject is plural, then you are also going to use plural verb. So hint, verbs do not form their plurals by adding an S as nouns do. Verbs do not form their plurals by adding an S as nouns do. Okay? So if you look at it, when we talk about subject, to make subject becomes plural, we add S. Right? But in verb, we do not add S to make it becomes plural. Okay? We do not add S to the verb to make it as plural. In order to determine which verb is singular and which one is plural, think of which verb you would use with he or she and which verb you would use with they. By the way, I still remember when we talk about plural verb, what are the plural verbs? Last time, I still remember I told you to make the verb becomes plural, what verb are we going to use? We are going to use the original verb. Do you still remember that one? In that, we are going to use the original verb. What is the original verb of likes? The original verb of likes is like. What is the original verb of writes? The original word of writes is
Right.
write. Yeah, so you are going to use the original verb when your subject is a plural subject to make the verb becomes plural. Okay? To make the verb becomes plural. For example, they run every day. They run every day. So we do not use or add s from the verb run. Because if you are going to do it, then your verb will now become singular. Okay? So use the original verb when you have a plural subject. When you have a plural subject. Okay, look at this. Example is talks and then talk. Talks is what? Singular or plural?
Singular.
Singular. Talk is
Plural.
plural. Very good. Plural. Okay. So look at this. Which one is the singular form? Which word would you use with he? So we say he talks because talks is singular. Why? Because we have a subject which is a singular subject and that is he. They talk. They is a plural subject. Therefore, we are going to use the original verb which is talk without s. Okay? Without s. Okay. Next. Look at this. I will have to remove this, okay? I forgot to remove this. Okay, that one. So rule.
What about, wait, what was that rule to?
Huh?
What was
Here.
that second rule?
I already placed it here. Okay. Okay, look at this. I told you earlier that we have some rules. And the rules for finding the subject and the verb is up to rule number 5, right? Wherein for the subject and the verb agreement, we have more than 5. We have more than 5 rules. So the first rule is two singular subjects connected by or nor. Okay, look at this. Wait. So that you will not get confused. I will italize this one. Or nor. Maybe you will get confused. The word or nor. Okay? Nor. Require a singular verb. Okay, again, two singular subjects connected by or nor require a singular verb. It requires a singular verb. Okay, for example, my aunt or my uncle, okay? My aunt or my uncle, so I will have to, this one, is arriving by train today. So according to rule number 1, if two singular subjects were such as your aunt or your uncle is being connected by the word or, then you are going to use a singular verb. You are going to use a singular verb. What is our verb here? My aunt or my uncle is arriving by train today. What would be your verb in the sentence? What would be your verb? My
Arriving?
aunt, huh?
Arriving?
Arriving? No.
Or?
No.
What?
What can you see? The verb as a state of being. What is a verb as a state of being? Can you find it in the sentence?
Is.
Is. Very good. The verb now here is. So you are not going to say my aunt or my uncle are arriving by train today. Okay? So you are going to use a verb which is a singular verb. So if you encounter the words or and the word nor, use a singular verb. Use a singular verb. Okay? Okay, next. Rule number 2. Two singular subjects connected by either or neither nor. Okay, look at this. Either or and neither nor. If you see or if you saw a subject or a sentence having these words, either or and neither nor, okay? If you see the sentence having these words, either or and also neither nor, it also requires a singular subject. It also requires a singular subject as in Rule 1. As in Rule 1. For example, neither Juan nor Carmen is available. Neither Juan nor Carmen is available. So is actually a singular verb. Is actually a singular verb. Okay? Either Kiana or Cassie is helping today with stage decorations. Again, either Kiana or Cassie is helping today with stage decoration. So remember again, if you see the words or nor and either or neither nor, you are going to take note, you are going to use singular verb. Okay? So it is almost 6 p.m. in your country. But before we stop or before we end our meeting, do you have some questions?
No.
Do you understand lesson today?
Yes.
Very good. So how about the others? Do you understand the lesson today?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. So before anything else, I will have to, okay? I will have to screenshot everyone for the attendance. I'm really sorry. I was not able to capture the attendance earlier. Okay, wait. Oops. Okay, what happened? How do I, okay, the view would be gallery. How many are present today? We have 17. 18 because Audrey and Shane. Okay, can you all open your camera, Darren, Aaron, and Audrey? Audrey and Shane. Is it Shane or Shanisa? Can you open your camera? Thank you. Okay, let me have this screenshot. Okay. So, again, for the last time, do you have some questions? Do you want to ask something?
No.
No? Okay, so goodbye for now. See you again on Friday. Do you have some class today? Do you still have some class?
No, Miss.
You do not have.
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
So what is that? What class is
Mandarin.
that?